Wicked phantoms, mystery and poltergeists await the Most Haunted team as we travel to Yorkshire.
Oh, look at that, it's moving. Come on.
I'm Yvette Fielding, and this week I've brought my team to Yorkshire and a place that is absolutely full of paranormal activity. Welcome to Most Haunted and Nunnington Hall. There's been a house at this location since the early 1200s, and although it had strong connections with royalty, it became a parliamentarian stronghold during the Civil War. Damage wrought by Roundhead soldiers during their stay is still visible in the reading room. In common with many great houses, it fell into disrepair over the centuries until restoration in the early 1920s brought it to its present glory. What drew the Most Haunted team to investigate were the countless stories of hauntings. It would seem that not one room is without its own ghost or psychic manifestation. Would we be able to bring these spirits to light during our stay? It's because of this history and the many ghost stories that we were asked by the owners to come and do the first paranormal investigation here. What will we unearth? We have 24 hours to find out. The attic is said to be one of the most active places in the house. Many find it the scariest place to go and causes a great deal of trepidation for the staff when they lock up at night. The voices of children have been clearly heard when the rooms are empty, and books have reportedly flown off the shelves and across the room. It has been said that a young unfortunate heir to his late father's estate was imprisoned and possibly murdered up here. So is it his ghost that roams these floorboards, or is it some other entity trying to cross the paranormal divide? It is said that the ghost of an old wicked stepmother passes through the walls of the panelled room. Upon entering, many people have reported strange physical reactions, as though they're being bewitched and seeing figures all over this area. Doors slamming are also a common occurrence. One family who owned the property had so many people who had sleepless nights in this room that they stopped using it as a guest bedroom. These sightings were taken so seriously that they refused to talk about the ghosts because people were becoming too frightened to stay. This is the maid's bedroom, and it's thought that the son of a former owner fell to his death from this window. His very distraught mother is thought to pace this room filled with remorse. As well as seeing both these apparitions, people have witnessed the rustling of the mother's skirt and hear her groans along with the young boy's fearful cry. With so much history invested within its walls, our historian Leslie Smith would surely have much to say regarding Nunnington Hall and the chronicles of its ghostly inhabitants.
Nunnington Hall gets its name for a very good reason. It was originally owned by some nuns, of course, at an abbey of St Mary's in York. It first goes into the record in 1249, as early as that. But the building we're in tonight during our investigation mostly dates from the time of Elizabeth I and James I of England and James VI of Scotland. Really, the development of this house carries on through into the Victorian period, but actually, fundamentally, you're looking at the 15th and 16th century. There's a ghost of a lady Some say who murdered a wicked stepmother, you see. Some say this lady murdered her husband's first wife's child to push forward her own son. She is supposed to move from room to room, down the stairs, the rustling of silk. In other rooms, there's laughter and a party, but when you go in, there's complete silence. The Civil War hit it hard. This house stood for Parliament, and the troops were held here as a main encampment. That is to say, the Roundheads were allowed to be here in this house, but they made such a mess of it without any form of gratitude, despite the leanings of the owner. He virtually moved out at that point and built somewhere else. But other owners have been here and loved it. Lords, ladies, maids. Don't forget, in these great houses, don't just get caught up with the idea that the owners would haunt it. Why shouldn't the servants do it as well? And during the course of the night, let the pages fall open, one chapter after another. And as we reach forward and try and read a new story of someone's life, let us hope we find those that have been here before. I promise you this, when you look up the history of Nunnington Hall, you will find there is plenty to tell.
As virtually the whole of Nunnington would appear to be alive with paranormal activity, I was interested to know how parapsychologist Dr. Kieran O'Keefe would prepare himself and the team for the coming investigation, and what we should concentrate on in our bid to uncover the truth behind the many stories we have heard.
Kieran, this is the first time anybody has investigated Nunnington Hall, which is exciting, isn't it?
We are very privileged to be the first team allowed in here to investigate. It does create a slight problem, however, because you know that I'm quite keen for us to try and get the same sort of phenomena that a previous investigation has got. We're just relying on eyewitness testimony, so we're just relying on the stories about various ghosts and various phenomena, but not other investigations. So we are the first, so in essence we're setting a baseline for future investigations perhaps.
Now, we're hearing tapping as we're talking now, but we're just going to keep on talking, aren't we?
Let's carry on going,
okay.
And, you know, we can record the sound, listen back to it later on,
okay.
And maybe this is sort of the theme of our investigation this evening, you know, because we have stopped to, and you have asked for the spirits to try and communicate, but they haven't been very forthcoming. They could be shy, and our talking is just covering up for the tapping. And maybe that's the theme of the investigation tonight, constantly covering up to the point where they get louder and louder and may even have to try something else to grab our attention.
It's when you speak.
Yeah. Is it?
Yes, it is.
I find it very interesting. I'll just carry on speaking. I find it very interesting that we're getting this tapping phenomena and we're, in essence, trying to build some sort of narrative around it. So it only seems to be happening when I'm speaking, but also there's this shyness aspect. And I, for one, am finding it very difficult to ignore the narrative that we might be dealing with children who are very shy or who are trying to get attention.
Just another thought. I know our sound man Roger has said that what we've got to try and do, and I know you'll be in agreement with this, is when we do start to hear noises, is for all of us to try and drop our voices and to try and talk at quite a quiet level, so that we can hear them, everybody can hear them at home then.
Yes.
So, just quickly, which bit are you looking forward to most? Which room, which area?
Most definitely the attic area, without a doubt.
OK, well, we've got lots to look forward to, and let's hope something happens.
Let's hope so.
Joined by medium and psychic artist Brian Shepherd, we prepare to take our first steps into Nunnington Hall. Will we put substance to the plethora of ghostly spirits that supposedly walk its rooms and stairways?
There's something in the room, something that didn't want us to actually enter the room.
These old attic rooms are always creepy up.
This is how they died. This is how he died. He could have been murdered. There's a feeling of suffocation.
Something behind us! Oh, come on!
The Most Haunted team are in Yorkshire, investigating the fascinating paranormal history of Nunnington Hall, supposedly filled from top to bottom with all kinds of spiritual activity. Brian feels a particular affinity with the drawing room on the first floor, so we begin our customary lit walk around here. What will the coming hours have in store for us?
So why were you particularly drawn
No, there's
to this
something
room?
about this room. There's a, I don't know, there's a warmth about it. But you know, also there's an air of electricity in this room in a way. I don't know if that probably sounds a bit odd, but just that, like electric in the air, you know, as though there is some kind of presence in here. I mean, I don't see anything. I can't see a figure. I'm looking around. I don't see anything at all. But there's something about it. There's a little bit of electric in the air, and I wonder.
It's very strange you're saying that, because normally in the past when we have done the investigations, you can see the spirit or they're talking to you. Is it somebody who's being deceptive, or is it just they're not very strong with their energy? Because you said all it is just a tingling.
Well,
that's all.
I wish I could say, Kieran, but what I'm saying is that's what I'm feeling, just that tingling of electricity. There seems to be something in this room.
Okay.
You know,
positive, negative?
Quite positive, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's cold in here.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Right?
Yeah, no, well, for a start, I was going to say exactly the same thing, but the temperature's dropped, you know, a lot, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
But also, you know, sort of walking through the door, there was a kind of resistance in this room. Am I making any kind of sense there? That
Yes, you
it
are.
almost felt
Like a little
awkward.
bit,
You know, walk in like, am I going to through the door or not?
wading through treacle, you mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's causing this? Why are you feeling like that?
Because there's something in the room. I'm pretty sure there's a presence in this room.
Who?
It's a male presence. I'm pretty sure of that.
Male?
Yeah. Something that didn't want us to actually enter the room. There's a shuffling noise, as though something is being dragged back and forth. It's like a carpet being shifted across the floorboards. Tall.
Yeah.
Scant grey hair.
Yeah.
Dressed in, well, a nightshirt type attire, bed attire.
Yeah.
Pushing against the door.
It's like coming closer.
It's difficult to tell.
Listen.
This
Look,
noise in the background.
Look at everyone's feet, listen. Do you know what he did?
I'm going to chance to say a military man.
Okay. Any name or initial. I'm sorry to push you.
Oh. Okay, the immediate thing,
Yeah.
I'll give you an immediate name. I would say Charles.
Charles, military man, Charles.
Okay.
That's
the
fantastic.
immediate.
Great. I won't push you for any more for now. Fantastic.
Okay.
Let's go out this way.
There's definitely a feel for children up here. There's running around.
Now, anybody, forgive me for saying this, and Kieran will nod his head.
Okay.
Anybody watching at home is going to fall about laughing, going, "Oh, for goodness' sake, there's children's stuff
there's
everywhere."
There's children's things here, but there's more to it than that. There's children running, you know, up the stairs. Yes, down into here to an extent. Having said that, I don't pick up on any, you know, necessarily children playing with anything in here. I mean, we're seeing lots of artefacts in this room that have been very carefully laid out, but there's a shift in time here as well that confuses me a bit. I would say 1800s.
Oh, so we're coming right.
So
right
yeah,
forward.
we're getting were coming forward, yeah.
Can I just ask you, how old are the children?
How old? 8, 10, something like that.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're not the
Not tiny. No, not tots. No,
Okay.
no. I would say 8 to 10 years old, something like
How
that.
did they? Can you pick up on how did they die? Why are they haunting here?
Yes, they are.
You're not just picking up on the memory of them being.
No. There's a substance about it. There's more than that. They're here somewhere.
Can I ask you, the children, are they boys, girls, boys and girls? You can't tell.
Yeah, I can tell.
What then? Why are you
They're
shaking your
boys.
head? Yeah, they're boys. Go on, you know more now,
They're
don't you?
boys.
Go on.
I don't. No, I don't. I know they're in the way they're acting. It's kind of mischievous, so it's very typically boy.
Any names with these children?
Maybe that's difficult. Robert's coming through. Robert. Come. There's a murmur. Come on, Robert. Make a noise for us. You're busy playing, but make a noise. Well, both of you. But come on, Robert.
Someone will definitely come back. So we've got two boys haunting here, 1800s. How did the boys die?
I don't know.
I don't know that yet.
I don't know.
These old attic rooms are always creepy up.
Boy, oh boy. Sorry. Oh no.
Good grief.
Okay.
That was right.
Next to me, that'd be better. I heard
Wow, good grief. Did you get that, Roger? Okay, let's keep our voices down.
This is how they died. This is how he died. One of them certainly.
One of them. Are you all right?
I'm still getting the voice.
What voice?
There's a voice in the background. He cried out. He went to the window.
Yeah.
He looked out and saw something from the window.
What did he say?
He undid the window
Yeah.
and leaned out, calling, and slipped out of the window.
Which one is this, Robert?
Robert. No, it's not the older one. No. The younger one. The younger one slipped from the window. I'm pretty sure that the eldest, there's two boys here.
Mm-hmm.
And something happened to the eldest one. And the feeling I'm getting is that he could have been murdered. There's a feeling of suffocation, of a pillow over his face. Is that right, Robert? I firmly believe he was suffocated. And there's a time difference with the two boys, but they're dead. They're both
dead.
They're both dead.
What's the name of the other one?
One's Robert. I can't. Dan. Not Daniel. Daniel. No.
Daniel. So so the situation with the older boy, where was he in the house?
The greatest presence of the older boy is in this room, and there's just a feeling of confinement. Okay, he exists here. He seems to haunt here, but also the outside of the building.
Let's come back here. We want to help these two boys, or Robert, if he's the one that's calling out for more help. Let's come back in night vision and see what we can get. Leslie, can you come in? Because you've been walking around with us, you know, and there's been a lot of information right from the word go.
We've got a lot of information in the panel bedroom. That's described, in fact, by people who've owned the house in the past as bewitched. Also, the thing I'm most particularly interested in, which made me smile when I was hearing it, was when you said about they've tried to resist me coming into the room. Absolutely. And what I can tell you is it is recorded that an employee or prospective employee was being shown around. I don't suppose he or she took the job for a minute. They tried to get to that room and there was no one in the room, but they couldn't open the door. And they couldn't open the door because there were rugs jammed up the other side.
What about the military man?
Well, the house has very strong military connections. I don't want to say too much about it. And very strong military connections. Then we come to the nursery. You were absolutely right. You said the toys were here, but you didn't see children playing with them, but running about. It isn't the nursery that we know of. Those toys have been put in there as an exhibition, but it is true to say the children rushed about up here. There is an oral tradition associated with this house. Let's be clear what that means. That means it's very hard to verify, but has lain here in people's discussions in this area for a very long time, for hundreds of years. It's the classic wicked stepmother case here. We have a man who was one of the lords, because this at one point was let out as well, of this house. And his wife died, leaving him with a small boy. You've now given us a name, haven't you? That boy, when he started to grow up, still very small, his father, as was very usual, remarried to a woman who gave him a son. Now, of course, the firstborn son would take the property as the heir, and it isn't unknown in history, tragically, for stepmothers to indeed be wicked and wanting their own child to take, obviously, everything that was on offer in some cases, or most of it. The story is that a child, the elder boy, was held in this room, imprisoned here, by the stepmother. It is also said that the little boy was so distressed because he loved his stepbrother that he used to come up here and play with him and look after him and bring him food and toys. And then what happened, we understand, is the child died. We don't know how. You've said an idea of suffocation.
That's what I
What
believe.
we do know is that the younger child, her own flesh and blood, would come up here and be very distressed at his brother being missing from this room. And it is said that he, looking out of the window, saw his brother, the ghost of his brother, moving across the grounds. You know, you said to me you felt he was outside. And that the little boy, leaning so desperately to reach his elder brother, his stepbrother, who he loved, fell from this window and died.
With local hearsay confirming much of what Brian believes has happened in the house, especially with reference to the unfortunate children, we resolved to switch to night vision, hoping to discover further hard evidence under cover of darkness.
Oh, look at that, he's moving. Hey!
Brian and Kieran join Leslie and I in the dining room, supposedly known for its auditory phenomena. What will we discover?
Listen. Listen. So I thought I heard glasses chinking.
Really?
Yeah.
Glasses.
Yeah.
Almost like people are toasting.
Yeah,
something.
wine glasses, yeah.
It's flipping cold, isn't it, Les?
It is cold.
Bitter, absolutely bitter.
Very cold.
I'm calling out to any spirit people that may be in this place. Shut what? Oh, did you hear that?
Over here again.
Yeah. Shut what? Oh, ask out, Kieran.
If there's anybody there, can you make a sound?
Was that you? Blimey, neck. No.
That's a bizarre sound.
What the hell was that?
Great stuff.
What the hell was that?
Do you know that noise? You know what it sounds like to me? You know, like when you've got a shoe on, and you hear.
Like this.
Yes, that's exactly it.
While you were doing that, there was another one mimicking it on the go.
This-
Right.
strong
Okay.
presence
All
in
right.
the
Listen.
room, I
Listen.
can
Let's.
tell you that.
All right. Well, let's do an experiment. Kieran,
Turn the camera.
ask him to copy you and do the noise.
Okay. If there's anybody there, can you just copy the sound I'm going to make?
Kieran, do it again.
Absolutely brilliant.
Right, do it again, Kieran.
Okay, I'm going to do it again.
Sorry,
And I want you to repeat exactly what I'm going to do.
You did it exactly the same time, and it's coming right from here.
Do you want us to leave?
Has he gone, Brian?
I feel nothing now.
Has he gone?
Well, I certainly don't feel the presence of them earlier in the corner.
Why don't we go up to the attic?
What now?
Yeah, let's go.
Can do.
Yeah.
Don't you think going upstairs like this is really eerie?
Oh my. God. Don't say that! What?
A woman's just walked straight through us.
Did you hear it, Kieran, at all? It was still right behind us.
I was still walking up the stairs. I did manage to get your reactions though.
That I've walked through someone.
Our investigation within Nunnington Hall is already proving to be more frightening than we could possibly have imagined. Would we summon our courage and conquer our collective fear? Only the coming hours will tell.
Is there anybody here?
The Most Haunted team are investigating Nunnington Hall in Yorkshire, already proving its reputation of having a ghost or spirit manifestation in every room. Carl, Stuart and Kath move into the dining room to see if they can also hear for themselves the audibles that were so clear to Leslie, Brian, Kieran and I earlier in the evening.
If anyone's here, please show yourself to us. Shit, I just thought I saw something there.
Keep seeing a shadow or something.
I thought I saw a shadow, right? Is someone in there?
In there?
Yeah.
Is there anybody here?
I hate to alarm anyone, but I'm
Was that
sure
you
I've just...
moving in there?
That's me walking. I just thought I heard something move like something on the table.
Is there anybody here?
Are there any spirits in this room with us now that wish to step forward? Show us a light anomaly.
Did you hear that?
It's in there. Show us a light anomaly.
Did you hear that?
Carl?
Yeah.
You better go over here, pal.
What's the matter?
This thing's moving now.
I'm pointing the camera at Kath now. You hear that?
Right. Footsteps.
Oh, shit.
There you go, that was another one.
No, listen. Look.
Go on, go on, go on.
Chandelier.
Oh, look at that, it's moving.
Okay.
No way.
Shit.
There's more banging going on, Carl.
Oh, I think it sounds like dragging,
Yeah.
like carpet or something.
Whoa! Kath, what are you screaming at?
Something just flipping on your head. There's something going on round here.
It's like it's all around here. I feel really uncomfortable. I keep sort of...
Yeah, absolutely, I do
need
as
to
well.
prop myself up because I'm almost waiting to be pushed over. That's what it feels like. I'm waiting for that
Yeah.
kind of shit to happen. Which I kind of hope it doesn't. Oh!
Right, okay, thank you.
Which I kind of hope it doesn't. Oh!
Ah, Carl.
What was that?
What the hell was that? Ah, Carl.
What was that?
What the hell was that? Right, chime them together and see. There you go, that's what we heard.
That's what it was.
Is there any spirits on these staircases now that wish to come forward? Kath!
Sorry,
What's
someone's
that?
got their head again.
Come
Why did they do that?
Come this way.
Hey! What the f*** was that? Hey! Carl, that came from this table.
Okay, let's go back and regroup. Let's go back and regroup. Come on.
Fresh from her experiences of the incredible phenomena she witnessed in the dining room, Kath joins Leslie and I upstairs in the nursery, a apparent scene of much unhappiness for the children whose likeness Brian has managed to set down on paper. Will our maternal instincts reassure the phantoms that are held here?
Right, we're here in the nursery. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, did you hear that? Daniel, Robert, are you here, darlings? Come on. Right, okay, I've got 6 marbles here, right?
Yeah.
6 marbles. Can you see them, Leslie?
Yeah.
Okay, right then.
Should I point the camera out
You
here?
put the camera out there. Right, have you got me, Leslie?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, come on, darlings. If you're here, can you make a noise? Please, if I throw this marble, come and play. Throw it back. You ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Come on, throw back. Oh, shit. Fantastic. Thank you. Is there anything down there? Can you see?
Not a single person.
Excuse me? That.
Fantastic.
Listen. Can't miss it. Oh.
What
Right.
is that? I can't see it, but I can hear it. Thank you so much.
That is fantastic.
That's up here as well, so it's not like, do you know what I mean? That's just gently rolling. Thank you. Do you want to play some more? If you want to play some more, can you make a knocking noise or a banging noise for us? It definitely sounds like we've got footsteps coming up the stairs.
Oh. That was in the room, wasn't it?
No, could be anything.
Oh. That was in the room, wasn't it?
I just think they're two boys, and they desperately need our help. Now, that's definitely come back towards us, hasn't it? Come on. Just remember, you've got 2 boys here that need our help. There's one marble.
Listen. Did you hear the wailing?
There's one marble.
Listen.
Right, just point the camera around that corner.
Because I saw what looked like a white flash go straight across there.
Just, I'm going to put the torch away. Now look, you see there? That bit? There.
Excited by the audibles and the apparent poltergeist activity, we determined to hold a séance, hoping for more tangible proof of the children. Brian, Carl and Stuart join Leslie, Kath and I around the table.
Calling out to any astral beings that may be here, in this place, in this house. We don't mean you any harm. Thank you. Robert, Daniel, if that's you, can you make a noise, please? Oh,
Yeah, you've got a
Who we
You've
got?
got a small person. You've got one of these boys. haven't
which
you?
one?
Which one are you? Robert? Yes, Robert.
Hello, Robert. Do you remember me with the marbles? Shake the table as a sign of yes. Hello, darling. Right, Robert, here we go again. I'm going to throw a marble. Can you throw it back, sweetheart? Oh. Did you hear it? What?
There's a high-pitched
Cry.
cry, yeah.
Can you throw it back, sweetheart? Oh. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I heard that.
That's right my ear.
3. I heard that. Robert, we need to know whether you need our help, darling. Okay. If you need our help, can you make a noise with your voice? Can you make a noise with your voice, Robert, if you need our help? Oh, darling, do you? Do you need our help? Can you make a noise with your voice, Robert, if you need our help? Oh, darling, do you?
Robert, bring Daniel to the table. Bring Daniel. Daniel.
Is he there?
Is that? Daniel. Do you need our help? They've got a dog here.
Oh,
haven't
have
you?
they?
You've got a dog, haven't you? I can smell it. I can smell a dog. I can smell a dog.
The dog is known to you.
Oh, really? That's
Oh,
great.
they've got a dog. They're playing with a dog.
Oh.
You're happy the way you are, aren't you?
What have you found?
I don't know. It's not objects, but it's just like there's prints
Oh,
on the floor. Which,
prints.
no, I don't know. There's like
What prints?
these spots.
Oh.
So there's spots.
And that shows a colour
Closer.
difference, doesn't it?
Oh, right.
As you go closer.
What, am I for another marble? Daniel? Robert? 1, 2, 3, just for us. Come on, throw it back. I know you can do it. Listen.
That was coming back, wasn't
Yes.
That was coming back.
Kieran, you got that on film?
The séance has amazed all of us with the activity it has provoked. What more will we witness as our investigation reaches its thrilling climax? The most haunted investigation of Nunnington Hall has proved to be an exciting, if frightening, experience, with the house living up to its well-deserved reputation for paranormal activity. The team decide that a split vigil will help cast further light on the many spirits that seem to pervade each and every room. Kath, Leslie, Jeff, Kieran and Roger return to the nursery in the attic, whilst Carl, Ian, Brian and I go to the panelled room on the first floor. However, someone or something seems determined to prevent our entry.
Oh, you are joking. Get the camera on that. How
Oh my
cool
God.
is that? Brilliant. We didn't want you in. We didn't want you in.
Oh, the chair's up against them?
No.
Really?
Let me see.
You couldn't do that.
You're still here.
What you said?
Don't do that when I'm in the room.
Do you know, I'm sure I saw something in the corner. Oh.
Yeah.
We're coming in. I'm sorry, sir. We're coming in. We don't mean you any harm.
Have you got a shot of that?
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
Did you see something, Carl?
I saw something, it's like somebody standing here. But it was like big, it was like...
Yeah, tall.
That's weird. It's freezing in here at all.
Let's move this back.
Yeah.
Come on, let's see if you can move it forward.
Yeah. Good idea.
You want us to go? Is there somebody in here that wants us to go? Make that growl noise again. Let's hear you. Tap. Make the sound.
What was that? Did you all hear that?
What's that? What did you
Did it
hear?
creak under the ground?
Make the sound.
What was that?
Is there a dog in here?
That's bizarre. Oh, that is weird.
That's what.
Researcher. I've just heard what felt like the dog. You know when a dog comes up and sniffs your balls? It's honestly, that's just what it felt like. I swear to God. Swear to God. It was weird.
Maybe that growl was the dog.
It's so
Come
bizarre.
on, boy.
Come on. You can't come here.
Oh, I can smell it here.
Yeah.
I couldn't smell it here.
What can you smell?
Whoever the dog's name me. I keep smelling this bloody smell round me.
Yeah, it's like a dog.
Isn't it?
Like a dog hasn't had a bath for a while.
Oh, they wouldn't bath
That's
in
what I
there.
smelled when I first went down the stairs.
It's like a bit, yeah.
Can you hear that? From moaning. Can you hear that?
The floorboards going.
Yeah.
Floorboards, it looks like someone's...
They did earlier.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, I'm not moving a muscle.
I'm not moving a muscle.
We don't mean you any harm, sir. Oh, just have a look at his taste here, Carl. We don't mean you any harm, sir. Oh, please, sir, can you tap twice if you'd like us to leave the room?
Bloody hell! I'm not
All right.
I can see him. So he definitely doesn't want us in here. No, he doesn't want us in here, no. Hey, look, I'm with him.
Yeah.
No, I'm with him, let's go.
The investigation draws to its inevitable close, but not without still more strange phenomena. Carl's sighting of a shadowy figure and tappings within the panelled room, and the strange odours in the nursery revealing the distinctive smell of a dog, seemingly reinforced by the growling noises heard. How would parapsychologist Dr. Kieran O'Keefe explain the many phenomena we had witnessed during our eventful investigation within Nunnington Hall?
Nunnington Hall was a fantastic location for Most Haunted to investigate. It was an isolated National Trust property, so there was no extraneous noise at all. Any creaking, any loud bangs, that sort of thing would have to come from within the location. During the walk around, and indeed in other vigils during the night, we appear to be getting some very strange auditory phenomena. When talking about the particular boys that were featured in the history of the location, you started to get a whining sound.
Can you make a noise with your voice, Robert, if you need our help? Oh, darling, do you?
On Most Haunted investigations, one phenomena that we attempt to get is for objects to be thrown back at us.
I'm going to throw another marble. Daniel, Robert, it's 1, 2, 3, just for us.
In this particular case, what you actually see is the marble rolling back towards Yvette. We can capture this phenomena because of the thermal images. So on the footage, you see the marble being thrown, you see it land, and then you see a pause before it then rolls back towards the room in which we're standing. Fascinating piece of footage, and some would argue what was happening was a spirit was actually pushing it back. I, for one, think that perhaps what we're dealing with was a slight incline. The marble landed at the top of the incline, rested for a moment before gently rolling back. However, capturing that particular phenomena with a thermal imager is something we'll definitely be doing in the future. Towards the end of the night, the entire group split off into 2 teams, and one team went back to the bedroom where the 4-poster bed was. They couldn't actually get into the room because a chair was pushed up against the door.
Oh, you are joking. Right. Get the camera on that. How cool is that? It's brilliant. We didn't want you in. We didn't want you in.
Are the chairs up against them?
No.
Really?
Now, this is very interesting because, of course, immediately before that we could account for everybody because we're all together conducting a group vigil. However, I do remain sceptical on that particular case.
Our exhilarating investigation of Nunnington Hall had given all of the team a night to remember. Had we truly witnessed yet more evidence of life beyond the veil? It's up to you to decide. Until next time, sleep tight.
And next week, the team are off to the States to investigate a hotel in Colorado that inspired Stephen King's The Shining, where they'll be listening to the eerie sound of children playing in empty corridors. And if that hasn't got you goosebumps working overtime, then stick around for the next show here on Living. We're talking to the haunted souls of the worst criminals in history. Brand new Conversations with a Serial Killer is next.